P Diddy, officially known as Sean Combs, was recently arrested in a high-profile case that has sparked widespread media attention. The arrest took place in 2024 following an incident that has yet to be fully detailed by law enforcement. Early reports suggest that Diddy faces serious charges, though the specifics remain under wraps as of now. Sources close to the situation indicate that the arrest could be related to business dealings, or potentially an altercation similar to his previous run-ins with the law. The charges, which have been speculated to involve allegations of assault, fraud, or even more severe accusations, were enough for law enforcement to detain him. The rapper's legal team has not yet released a full statement, but Diddy himself maintains his innocence, as he has done in past legal battles. The arrest, which took place in Manhattan, NY, has already sent shockwaves through the music industry and social media. To understand whether P. Diddy's recent arrest was legal, we need to examine the legal framework surrounding arrests in the United States. According to the law, an arrest can only occur when law enforcement has probable cause to believe a person has committed a crime. This could be based on physical evidence, witness testimony, or other reliable information. In Diddy's case, law enforcement must have believed they had sufficient grounds to take him into custody. However, just because someone is arrested doesn't mean they're automatically guilty. And that's where the legal process comes into play. An arrest is just the beginning of what can be a lengthy legal journey, especially for high-profile individuals like Diddy. With the details still unfolding, one question remains. Were the charges against P. Diddy serious enough to warrant an arrest? While no one is above the law, some critics argue that celebrities often face overzealous policing due to their public stature. However, others believe that the evidence against Diddy, whatever it may be, could be enough to justify law enforcement's actions. At this stage, it's too early to determine if his arrest was based on solid evidence or if it might fall apart as the investigation continues. Whether the charges stick or not will depend on what facts are presented in court. It's also important to note that P. Diddy, like every other citizen, is innocent until proven guilty. Celebrities like P. Diddy often face a unique set of challenges when they find themselves in legal trouble. While they have the resources to afford top-tier legal representation, they are also under a level of scrutiny that most regular individuals don't experience. The media jumps on every detail, and public opinion can shift dramatically based on headlines alone. In Diddy's case, his wealth and fame could work both for and against him. On one hand, his high-powered legal team will undoubtedly fight hard to get the charges reduced or dismissed. On the other hand, being a public figure means that any misstep or unfavorable ruling will be widely publicized, impacting his reputation and business ventures. Was P. Diddy's recent arrest justified? The question of whether Diddy's arrest was justified will ultimately be decided in court. However, at this point, it seems clear that law enforcement believes they have enough evidence to move forward with the case. Some legal experts argue that the circumstances surrounding his detainment point to serious charges, while others suggest the arrest could be a result of overreach. If the arrest was made without proper evidence, or if it turns out that the charges were exaggerated, Diddy's legal team could potentially argue for wrongful arrest. This could lead to the dismissal of the case or even a countersuit for damages. Understanding your rights during an arrest. If you ever find yourself in a situation where you're being arrested, it's important to know your rights. First, remember that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in court, so it's often best to wait for your lawyer before making any statements. You also have the right to request an attorney, and you shouldn't answer any questions without one present. In Diddy's case, his legal team likely advised him of these rights as soon as he was detained. Celebrities, like any other citizen, are entitled to due process, and their legal team's role is to ensure that their rights are fully protected. Media influence shaping public perception of Diddy's arrest. The media plays a crucial role in how the public perceives high-profile arrests, and Diddy's case is no exception. News outlets immediately covered his detainment, with some headlines painting him as guilty before any formal trial has even begun. This kind of pre-trial publicity can influence not only public opinion, but also the jury pool if the case goes to trial. Social media too has exploded with reactions from fans and critics alike, further shaping the narrative. While some have come to his defense, others have been quick to condemn. It's essential to remember that media coverage doesn't always reflect the full truth of a situation, especially in legal cases that are still developing. What happens next for P. Diddy? Now that Diddy has been arrested, the next steps in the legal process will likely involve a formal arraignment, where the charges against him will be read in court. His legal team will have the opportunity to enter a plea, and from there the case could either move forward to trial or be settled outside of court through negotiations. If the evidence against him is weak, his attorneys may argue for a dismissal or reduced charges. If the case does go to trial, it could take months or even years to reach a conclusion. In the meantime, Diddy's legal team will work hard to protect his interests, both in court and in the court of public opinion. Conclusion. Was P. Diddy's arrest legal? As with many high-profile cases, the legality of P. Diddy's arrest will come down to the details of the case, which are still emerging. While law enforcement may have acted within their legal rights to arrest him based on probable cause, the charges must hold up in court for the arrest to be deemed entirely justified. Until more information is released, we can only speculate about the strength of the case against Diddy. What's clear is that the justice system will have to navigate a minefield of media coverage, public perception, and legal strategy in determining whether the arrest was truly legal. FAQs. What charges is P. Diddy currently facing? The exact charges are yet to be fully detailed, but initial reports suggest they could involve serious criminal allegations. Will P. Diddy go to trial for this arrest? It's too early to tell, but if the case isn't settled outside of court, it could proceed to trial. Did P. Diddy's legal team make any public statements? As of now, his legal team has not made any extensive public statements, though they are likely preparing for his defense. Has P. Diddy been arrested before? Yes, P. Diddy has faced legal troubles in the past, including a high-profile case in 2015. Could P. Diddy sue for wrongful arrest? If his legal team can prove that the arrest was made without proper cause, they could potentially pursue a countersuit for wrongful arrest.